Good evening, and thank you very much for joining us. The border city is in the national spotlight, making its mark as one of Canada's economic powerhouses. An annual study is once again recognizing Lloydminster as one of Canada's top entrepreneurial cities. And as Stefan Kachmar explains, officials here don't see that status changing anytime soon.
The Federation listed Lloydminster 5th out of 103 participating cities in Canada. In fact, 7 of the top 10 cities were ranked in Alberta and Saskatchewan. Local businessman Les Harper enjoys being an entrepreneur and believes the opportunities will be there for the taking in the future.
There's a lot of younger people that are stepping into businesses, a lot of cash available for expansion. Just giving people the chance to have something of their own.
The Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce estimates 180 new businesses opened the doors last year and expects numbers to rise alongside the current economic boom.
Several businesses were able to connect with potential employees.
The timing of the news couldn't have been better, as Business Week has taken center stage here in the border city.
It's a way of celebrating business in Lloydminster. We have the Kickoff lunch, we've got our business awards, which is one of the biggest events that we do every year, and we feature great businesses in Lloydminster.
As Lloydminster continues to grow, being highly regarded throughout Canada as one of the top economic cities shouldn't come as any surprise.
We have the resources to put the businesses together, and at the same time we have so many opportunities.
Stefan Kachmar, Newcap News.
Well, Bonneville parents can breathe a sigh of relief. RCMP have wrapped up an investigation into the complaint of an alleged child abduction in the town. As Clayton Brown explains, it turns out the complaint was false, but RCMP say this is a stark reminder for parents to stay vigilant.
Last night, RCMP in Bonneville responded to a call of an alleged attempted child abduction of a 7-year-old. RCMP searched for a male who apparently fled on foot, but were unable to come up with any leads.
Subsequent to further follow-up this morning with interviews and that sort of thing, follow-up with the children involved, we did determine that in fact it was a false allegation, and unfortunately that's not that uncommon.
Although the complaint was false, RCMP are urging parents to take the proper precautions to make sure their children are safe.
Obviously, if you can keep an eye on them as much as you can, have a little plan with your little one. You know, talk about what would you do in the event that somebody tries to grab you, or what should you be saying, what should you be yelling, hopefully, you know, what kind of a response physically should you be given.
RCMP want parents to be aware of the possible dangers, but also say there's no need to take any drastic measures.
I don't want anybody getting too frantic or uptight about the possibilities. It really doesn't happen very often, so be careful, but you know, don't panic.
In Bonneville, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
North Battleford RCMP are investigating a couple of violent robberies from last week. In both cases, the victims were hit over the head with an object. Police are looking for 2 separate suspects in the alleged attacks. The latest incident happened early Saturday morning. This suspect is accused of knocking his victim out cold. He's described as possibly a Caucasian male, 6 feet tall, and was last seen wearing a red Adidas jacket and green and white running shoes. In the other robbery, police are looking for an Aboriginal man about 5'11" with short black hair and was last seen wearing a black coat with black fur-lined hoodie and blue pants. Anyone with information on either of these robberies is asked to call the North Battleford RCMP or Crime Stoppers. Well, for many low-income families in Lloydminster, the dream of home ownership is often out of reach. To date, Habitat for Humanity on the border has helped 7 families actually attain that goal. And as Kelsey Bloxham explains, in the coming year, the nonprofit will double that number to 14.
The Canadian Order of Foresters has a long history in the border city. The hall may be gone, but the legacy will live on through Forester Place, the latest build for Habitat for Humanity. Today marked the official sod turning, kicking off construction.
Our intent is to get everything covered in so we can build throughout the winter.
7 families from all different backgrounds will call this corner lot home. in what will become a multi-unit townhouse complex within the next year. 3 out of the 7 families have been chosen out of 60 applicants Habitat has received to date.
It's heartbreaking because every one of them that qualify need homes. It's just, we only have so many homes, so we have to pick the ones that need it the most.
Like Emily, a single mother to a little boy and girl.
Oh, they were even more excited than me. They keep talking about how they can paint a wall and maybe have a cat.
And this married couple, parents to 5 kids between 3 and 14 years old.
Means total life change, because, with such a big family, one income, it's kind of hard to come up with stuff like a deposit and stuff like that.
The families will all put in 500 hours of sweat equity into the build, making the day when each of the families turn the key to their new home that much more sweet. Kelsey Bloxham, Newcap News.